Testing, testing, testing my patience. Okay. Here we go then, guys. This is my umpteenth time of recording this kind of replay analysis because I'm just dipping my tippity toes in the sea of things like Adobe Premiere and OBS. So for various reasons, I feel like I'm now an expert on this replay. But I'm not. I'm fairly low ranked and I'm just doing this to kind of better my gameplay and better my team gameplay. As you can see, it's not a perfectly put together team in terms of the fact that we've got kind of no stuns against a team of slippery little buggers. So we don't really have much in terms to lock down. From my point of view, with 2020 hindsight, I think, you know, if Valor were to take a Reign of Vengeance at level 10, then that would give us something to follow up on maybe an overpower charge. So down here bottom, we've kind of whiffed a couple of bits, and at the same time, if we have a look here up top, we got a bit of a money overpower shadow charge from the Nazebo, which we didn't then follow up off of. But all in all, not so bad. We maintained vision down here. I would like to have seen maybe one or two less people down here at the very start, and maybe some more people in lane. Like if the Stukov was in lane with the Diablo, we could have got a bit of a slow onto the Nazebo, and we could have converted that into a kill. It's not so bad. We've got Diablo and Muradin go top. That's kind of a stalemate lane. They're neither of them traditional offlaners, but if they're going to go up against each other, then I suppose they can just farm. For some reason, the Junkrat got pulled down here into bottom. They're just going to play it a bit safe. That's fine. That's what they should be doing. This means that Muradin's been pulled down top. Diablo's been the goodest boy and staying top and getting that free farm. That's free XP for his team. He is absolutely doing the right thing there. Genji starts going in. He notices there's not really anything to be had here in mid. So he comes down and there. So he stops himself. Stops himself just before he comes out into vision. And this is good. This is like some shit and David Attenborough stuff here. So we watch the Huntress, and you know, he's being so patient. He recognizes that Nazebo kind of oversteps his mark because he wants to separate out this Leeming, but Thrall's not playing ball. Thrall's like, no, fam, you got this, I'm leaving you. And like Leeming's not gonna go into this. You know, he's still at a third, but also most importantly, Leeming's noticed that if she just is a little bit patient, she's got a Genji waiting in the wing. There's the ping. Snap, bang, crackle, pop. Dead Nazebo. I don't think Valor needed to come down for this. I think Valor could have probably have stayed mid, or what I really would have liked to have seen is maybe Valor just being here. So not coming down, just being here where she is now. Because I believe she's probably just... no, she is just in her vision. So maybe hanging around the bottom half at this point, just because, yeah, okay, GG, Junkrat Trap just giving insane vision. But, yeah, not needing to come down this far. Or if you're going to come down this far, don't come out into vision range, and instead just come down, and as soon as that kill's happened, Leeming can come up. You two can do this camp to capitalize off the kill that you've got. Happy days. But no, they don't. Instead, they kind of pussyfoot around a little bit, come back into this. Both of them there focus different targets. That's poor because you don't really get anything out of that then. You just all get chunked down. Pull Stukov down to the bot, who stays here and lurking arms this for some reason. If you're going to lurking arm this, just wait it out. Wait it out until the wave gets here because it's going to push against you anyway. And you can lurking arm safely from behind your tower. Instead, now you've got yourself into a bit of a detritus. Okay, so Genji had to come down to help you out there, and he got chunked down by something. Let's just find out what happens here. Oh, okay, so it's this Thrall. This patient Thrall. So Thrall's doing his best Genji impression here. Waiting in the bush, and from Genjo's point of view, you've got vision on 1, 2, 3 of them. So you've got to assume there's 2 people lurking around here somewhere. If that's the case, then, you know, they're gonna get vision on you because of this trap. I think you've got to go around the long way here. Or at very least, you've got to go through this micro bush and come around this way. If you're not going to do that, then you need to dash through this bush or shuriken it just to make sure that it's clean. But it's not. Surprise! And then you get chunked down a little bit. Okay. So that's what happens here, but let's kind of speed it on a bit and find out what happens at the point. Okay, so that's good. You secure a kill there. Ooh, that's a bit messy, but I think the lurking arm there kind of saves the day, because Muradin, who was here, in fact, if we just roll it back a sec. So our main man, our Diabs, is going a little bit ham here. If we're being completely honest, we're proud of him for getting the kill, but a little bit full on, a little bit full frontal nudity. But you get the kill. The Junkrat does the good play, and actually, looking at it now, I don't know. Does the Genji dash not hit the Zebo? Is that why you don't get the reset? I'm not sure. But Genji's quite fortunate that he didn't get knocked up by this mine as well. And if you look at this Muradin, he's coming in here for the stun to flip you over. Because you're in turret range next to two people, unless Li Ming... well, Val is kind of walking away, so unless Li Ming can kind of pressure these guys, then you're dead. So the lurking arm saves you. You can thank Stukov later. And also the distraction of the Genji here kind of allows Diablo to get away. You kind of just walk off the point there, the whole red team. You've got the man advantage. Don't let them just walk onto the point and take that away from you. That's your territory. I think the Diablo came up here to kind of soak, which means that the rest of the red team walked off. But Diablo, you can soak from here. You can stand here and soak that lane easily. You don't have to walk into it to clear it. It's not going to get cleared any faster by a Diablo throwing out a W, you know. So stay here because you can soak and zone at the same time. You are Diabs. You are the team's only frontliner. Your role in this team is so important. Okay, so you get the tree glad. You've got people in both lanes, and your presser in this. Valor goes a little bit forward here. I think in this situation, you need to treat the protector kind of as your front line. Don't ever go forward past your front line, especially not under a turret against 4 people. Yeah, you're going to get punished for this here because you did go forward. And I think the tree glaive, is that right? I don't know. The Pacific Rim already used the hand to try and get some value early, but whiffed because, you know, GG. So yeah, you get punished for that, but they do get the follow-up kill onto the Thrall, so that's good. Okay, there's hand. Okay, so what do you do now? You got a kill onto the Thrall, you did lose the Valor, but... the ping's just gone out because what's happening down here. So Stooky Boy was kind of pushed up, I believe, to get this. You can see this tower's gone. But look at where the wave is. It's mid. So why was Stukov here? So yeah, look at this. This is insane. He stood him meleeing this when you've got vision on 1, 2 people. So there are 3 missing at the moment. 2 missing because Thrall's dead. But 2 missing, and you need to assume that they're here. Because if I was on blue team, Jesus Christ, I would be. You know, you've got support with no escapes, stood in turret range, against a minion wave that's 1 man and a dream. Then, you know, he's 100% dead there. You know, you're never going to be sending people top to deal with a Diablo who's mid lane, where somebody should be, rather than at the turret. And that is what happens. Here comes Lucio to mess you up. So a bit of a case of greedy Stukov there. He runs him around for a little bit, which is nice. Like, making the best of a bad situation, I guess. But then it kind of pulls the rest of the team down bot. And you're missing then some soak from it. So it seems like Nazebo is going to be the hero of blue team here. Kind of pulling people around the map and making sure that his team does get the value that red team doesn't seem to get. That was a nice kill. But now I want to see what do you do to capitalise off that. We've already seen that blue team do capitalise with their kills. So what are red team doing to do that? Stand here. Okay, so you get the kill and then you capitalise by standing on the corner. Valor, Lady of the Night. Instead, you should have been doing a la camp. So Valor vaulted in, kind of pressured away these guys from the Stukov. Fine. But why is there 4 people here? Why is someone not mid getting this? You just got a kill on Lucio moments earlier who's still running back. Lucio's probably going to come mid and get this XP. This team is king of throwing away a kill advantage. Kill advantage is real. It's something that should be made the most of. Let's see. Lucio, for some reason, isn't. He comes bot as well. So this blue team is no good really either. You know, you should be making the most of their poor laning. So Valor does eventually go up, and you know, this is good. You're making the most of this soak. Okay, so now we're pulling them back into lane. It's fine. But there are too many situations where we've missed waves of mobs. And there's too many situations where we're not. So we're going to do the camp now. Yeah, good. I was just about to say, there's too many situations where we could be doing camps and we're not. The camps on Volskaya Found-ya are, you know, a good chunk of XP. That was unfortunate. We got the overpower, but then the stun came in just before we could shadow charge. Was there a point to shadow charge him into terrain before that happened? No.
Access terminal online.
No, because if Diablo would have come around here to try and shadow charge up, he's got the ready to blow him off. Okay, so you still get the kill onto him. That's good. And then sound barrier's been popped, so you should be immediately backing away. Diablo's gone from being the goodest boy to being the baddest boy. He's about to try and come up and engage on 1, 2, 3 people who are sound barriered up, and he's walking past a turret and an entire camp. This entire camp is going to be enough to shred away HP. And even if he does get up here to engage 1v3, because there's no way Genji's hanging around there, he's going to be engaging 1v3 and a little turret. So this is... yeah, and look, the turret's even going to finish him off there. Nice stun from Muriel onto Stukov, honestly. Yeah, and Genji's probably going to be a goner here too. Maybe Valor is... oh, don't go back in, Valor. Okay. Yeah, but Diablo is straight back up, so honestly, you might even get away with this. Yeah, okay, so blue team get greedy, they hang around for too long, and then you pick up the kill. So what have we learnt so far? We've learnt that we need to take advantage when we do get a kill, and we need to learn when to stop chasing things and back off and kind of recoup. So blue team don't ever really get back in a position where they can fight for it, so we get the protector. Now, before... sorry, that... there we go. So before, when we got the protector, we did a really good job of sending people to top and bottom lane to get the soak. Now, we've got the protector again. We should kind of be doing the same thing, because if we go mid and bot, we force them to react to it. We force them mid and bot as well. And at the moment, we're kind of all staying top, so they're all going to stay top as well. Or worst case scenario is one of them goes bot to push this in. So this is a shame. Like, we're not really achieving much down here. This is going to ham. Yeah. That's a shame. We're missing a big opportunity bot, and look at what's happening. Look at that minimap. We're going to be pulled into this fight top, and the Zebo's going to do exactly what I said about before. He's making the most of this. Look at that huge wave. This is probably going to catch them up onto the same level. Meanwhile, we've got 5 people in one lane. It's not rocket science. Okay, so we react to this, but we react quite late. We do get the kill, but this is, you know, this is a light breeze away from falling over. Again, we're kind of just all as one big group. We won the early game so hard, and now mid to late, we're just throwing it away by just, I don't know, not taking advantage of when stuff happens. We just got a kill on the Zebo. Get to a lane, soak, do a camp. Don't get a kill on the Zebo and then all sit as 4, trying to, you know, look for kills that's not there. Yeah, again, still 5 mid. Not achieving anything, not getting anything done. Getting 2 of yourselves killed. So there it is. You can see the Junkrat mine going off there, and that's because he was waiting. He was waiting for someone to overstep the mark, and it was Valor in this case. I don't know how Li Ming does, we'll take a look at that in a sec, but Valor oversteps the mark here. She steps in front of her front line. We talked about this earlier. Don't step in front of your front line. She does, and she gets punished with a mine, which lands her in tower range and separates the front line up here completely away from the team. Red team, your front line is your only tank in this game. It's so important. So important that he is the beefy buffer in between you and the blues. Okay, so it looks like Li Ming gets sundered here. Oh, maybe sundered, maybe double ulted. Let's have a look. So, where's the... Okay, so there's the mine. Li Ming's still on full health. She must get chunked down pretty quick. So, the front line's gone. Val is dead. You've got to just safely assume that Val is dead. These 3 should be backing away now and going to go to different lanes to pull their team apart and make sure that you minimize the damage that happens because of this. Look at this. While this is all going on, you're going to miss out on this. If you back away now and one of you 3 goes top, then you minimize the damage caused by losing Valor. Instead, Li Ming and Stukov try to be the hero that no one asked for and save a Valor who is, in all likelihood, already dead. I mean, that is a terrible positioning, really. You've got Thrall lining up his side. That's coming in. The only saving grace is that, you know, they kind of... Look at all that XP they're getting for that. The Nazeebo ult comes in, which isn't needed. So they kind of waste an ult. But, you know, they get 2 kills at the end of the day. Let's see. What do blue team do after these kills? So they get the kills. They take 2 towers off of it. And look at that. They've got 4 people now nuking this down. But at the same time, they send 1 to get this XP. That is how to capitalize off a kill. Zebo just got away after the whole team came out to get him. Genji dashed in, ulted to try and finish off the kill. He still got away. Meanwhile, the points has come active. What do you do now, red team? Do this. This, then this. And then 2 people do this. And 1 person soaks this. If you're not going to do that, then you all need to be now and come and fight for this. But it's already on 56%, so you're probably not going to get there. So 2, 2, 1. Instead, all 5 of you stay here to do this.
Not a welcome development.
Okay, now you B, but it's definitely too late, so I guess you're just getting set up. Okay, you get the kill on the Zebo, which is something. But again, if you would have got that camp, which you could have got before the Protector came up, and you would have got this, then you're looking at, you know, still being in the race for 20. Okay, at this point, Li Ming's positioning is off. Li Ming needs to fall back. And to be honest, as soon as you see these two coming in, you've got these two and the Protector. Your whole team needs to be running back. You've got Genji on half, you've got Valor on half. You're not in a position to fight this. This wave that you didn't clear earlier is coming on in. All fall back. You can rotate round to clear this. Tap up. Then you can come back to protect bottom. Instead, Thrall has just been overpowered into the group. Li Ming is out of position. This Sundering is going to kill Genji, possibly even Valor. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Hey, clutch orb. But yeah. Yeah, so that's not great.
Our engineers have made good.
And now they've got the 20 advantage, 2 levels before you guys. You're against an Azebo, who's a late game hero anyway. He's just up here farming camps, getting his stacks for laughs.
Hero slain.
Meanwhile, Li Ming, what are you doing? Getting picked in a... Well, I guess it was a 4v4. Why? There's no need to be... Like, what did you even do? Body check the bush, or... Yeah. So Li Ming body checks bush. Again, it comes down to not being in front of your frontliner. Certainly not going in ahead of them into a bush if you're Li Ming and you've got things like orbs and missiles to check them. So, like, all honesty, I think we can probably stop the replay here. We can see where this is going. Okay, so let's have a bit of a recap then. During the video, we kind of saw lots of not taking advantage once we'd had a kill. Not enough things like soaking all the lanes, taking advantage of soaking the lane where they're absent because of the death, and also small things like picking up a camp when we've taken a kill. On top of that, there were a few bits of positioning that could do with working on, and it's mainly things to rotate around team fight. So if we've got our solo tank being Diablo and we've got the rest of the team behind him here, that's an ideal world. We saw in that game lots of things like the Valor coming in front, or the Li Ming coming from below, always stepping in front of the tank for no real reason, and most of the time they would pay for it by getting pretty squashed. So we need to make sure that we're thinking about our position in the team fight, and you know, that kind of should be monitored by you on an individual level, and then also you should be kind of being directed by the shot caller as well. So let's say in an engagement we come across blue team on the objective. There's not a situation where it would be good for Diablo to charge in if the rest of the team is back here. So this relies on making sure that you're well versed with communication in terms of, okay, let's go in now. Is it safe to go in now? Do we need to recoup? Which way are we going to go in from, etc. So when you do make the call to go in, you should be immediately backed up by your team. Then you've got to expect someone from their team, from that last game, probably the Muradin, to jump in and to try and disrupt the rest of the red team. Maybe he's going to get a stun on someone, whatever. But at that point, expect the Diablo to have been kind of trying to do the same thing to their backline. At this point, the caller's got to come from the shot caller to turn and to make the most of the situation. Because the Muradin should, in all likelihood, be getting punished in a spot like this. So you can turn back on him, and you're kind of relying on this Diablo to do a really big job here, and that's to be this big meaty buffer between you and the rest of the team. So he's got to be able to deflect what's coming on and stop Muradin from getting away, kind of, in as much as he can. I know it's difficult that game because we didn't have the Rain of Vengeance to come in and sort of, you know, be that stun and be that way of stopping him. But it's just something to consider. You know, as the Diablo, not going too ham and getting yourself killed over here, because that lets people come in and get in on the rest of your team. And at the same time, you know, for the rest of the team, not being out of position and not being too far away when the engagement actually happens. And, you know, that comes down to the individual play, kind of, especially when it comes down to like the tank and the front line, but also it comes down to the shot calling and deciding when a good engage is on. Alright, but that's just a few things to work on top of the other things that were said. So thank you very much, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and let's get back into the Nexus.